Most people get fewer than 4 of these African food origin questions right, and I bet you'll be shocked by what you don't know. Ready to have your mind blown? Question 1. Before coffee conquered the world, where did it first grow wild and get discovered by humans? Think about it. Ethiopia. That's right, coffee is 100% African. Legend says a goat herder named Cody noticed his goats getting energetic after eating certain berries. The Ethiopian highlands have been growing coffee for over 1,000 years before it ever reached Europe. Question 2. Which grain fed ancient Egypt and built the pyramids, but actually originated south of the Sahara? Think about it. Sorghum. While everyone thinks wheat built Egypt, sorghum was the real powerhouse grain that sustained North African civilizations for millennia. This drought-resistant supergrain from sub-Saharan Africa could survive where wheat couldn't. Question 3. The spice that Europeans killed for and launched 1,000 ships, where did black pepper's African cousin originate? Think about it. Ethiopian long pepper. Before Asian black pepper, Africans were cultivating long pepper in the Ethiopian highlands. Romans actually preferred this African pepper and paid premium prices for it until trade routes shifted. Question 4. Which New World crop was actually being grown in Africa 2,000 years before Columbus was even born? Think about it. Sweet potatoes. Archaeological evidence shows sweet potatoes were cultivated in Madagascar and East Africa centuries before Europeans discovered them in the Americas. The plants likely traveled via ancient Polynesian trade routes. Question 5. The grain that's now a trendy superfood in health stores worldwide, where did it actually originate thousands of years ago? Think about it. Teff from Ethiopia. This tiny grain has been feeding Ethiopians for over 5,000 years. It's the main ingredient in injera bread and contains more protein than wheat, but the world is just catching up. Question 6. Which oil-rich seed crop fed West African empires and made them wealthy traders long before peanuts arrived from South America? Think about it. Sesame seeds. The Bambara groundnut and sesame dominated West African cuisine for millennia. These crops created trade wealth that funded kingdoms like Mali and Songhai. Question 7. The food that ancient Egyptians considered so sacred they put it in pharaohs' tombs, where did it actually come from? Think about it. Watermelons from the Kalahari Desert. Wild watermelons originated in southern Africa and were cultivated by the San people. Egyptians didn't invent them, they imported this life-saving fruit from deep in Africa. Question 8. Which fermented beverage was being brewed in African kingdoms while Europeans were still drinking questionable ale? Think about it. Banana beer in the Great Lakes region. Uganda, Rwanda, and surrounding areas perfected banana cultivation and brewing techniques that produced alcoholic beverages stronger and safer than most European drinks of the time. Question 9. The Irish potato famine could have been prevented by this African tuber that's naturally disease-resistant. What is it? Think about it. African yam. These massive tubers can weigh 100 pounds and resist most plant diseases that destroy regular potatoes. West Africans had been cultivating dozens of yam varieties for over 8,000 years. Question 10. Which leafy green vegetable that's now considered purely Southern American was actually first domesticated along the Niger River? Think about it. Collard greens. These nutritious leaves were being cultivated by West African farmers thousands of years before enslaved Africans brought the knowledge to American plantations. Bonus question. This one's brutal. Which grain crop originated in the African Sahel region 4,000 years ago but was so successfully stolen by other continents that most people think it's Asian? Think about it. African rice. Oryza glaberrima was independently domesticated in West Africa, completely separate from Asian rice. European colonizers deliberately replaced it with Asian varieties to increase their control over food production. How many did you get right? Be honest in the comments. These African food innovations literally changed world history, but somehow the credit got lost along the way. Send this to someone who thinks they know African history. I guarantee they'll be as shocked as you were. Subscribe for more mind-blowing historical truths they don't teach in school.